What's going on, Taurus? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. And so, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the greatest, Taurus. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. And Taurus, I have some amazing news. You may have saw in the post that I just put not too long ago. One, I'm getting technologically set. Well, sort of. I'm getting there, Taurus. I'm embodying this Pluto and Aquarius energy, and get my network skills, technological skills, speech skills. We're just getting skills down there, Taurus. But also, I am now open for private personal readings. So whether you want to know where in Taurus Uranus and Jupiter happen to be transiting in your houses, or if you want to know what energies that you're working with, as far as like maybe you have a lot of Taurus in your chart, maybe, in which that would be lovely, very, very, very. My mom has like 3 stacks of Taurus, and it could be like a very lovely voice, very artistic there. Maybe work with plants, whatever that's looking like, growing energy. Or if you just want to get some tarot card readings done there, Taurus, I got your back. So I've included links for all that stuff down in the description box below. I should probably include it on the main page too. Thanks for that idea, Taurus. Great suggestion for the time of collaboration. But also, I am on Instagram. I've been on Instagram, but I'm actually like starting to do things on Instagram. I did like my first post after like 6 months. It's fine, but I'm gonna be getting more active on there. So I am going to work on getting a link over for that as well, Taurus. So definitely stay tuned for that. But with all that being said, I would never reach out to you for a personal reading there, Taurus. Again, you would just go to those links and schedule something. I have to figure out, because I found out that the email that I put down there is not clickable, so that's fun. So I'll probably, just if you'll probably end up DMing me in Instagram. I'm still learning this lingo too. You would have thought I was born in like the 1800s. It's fine. But I think that's all the housekeeping I have for you, Taurus. So with this weekly spread, with this weekly download, I'm all over the place, Taurus. Whenever you happen to come across this video comes across you, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this one is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said there, Taurus, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals. Feeling lovely. Just wonderful energy all around here, Taurus. Now, Taurus, I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, Taurus, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching, Taurus, so definitely check them out. They're a very fantastic group, really great energies that they bring, I feel like very great insights, so go show them some love. Thank you, guys. And also there is a link for an astrologer that I like watching. There's a link for some podcasts that I've been really just digging there, Taurus. One of them happens to be a Taurus, and I think the other one on the other podcast I think he's a Taurus rising. So look at that, Taurus, all this support down there. I have my midheavens in Taurus, so look at that. And then there's some links for some apps down there, Taurus, as well. And, consider about to be, in collaboration soon. You'd have a nice little tool in your tube out there we can refer back to when we're talking about your chart there. So wouldn't that be fantastic? So all types of just wonderful gifts and things down in that description box is loaded. So avail yourself of that, Taurus. All right, but let's go ahead and get into your first card here. Interesting. Libra got this card too. So you have the second card here, which is from separation to oneness, Taurus. and I bring that up being the second card because this is the High Priestess, the divine counterpart to you, Taurus, the Hierophant. And I feel, Taurus, that this is really getting in touch with yourself. And I feel like not just in normal, I feel like this is really getting in deep touch with yourself, Taurus, because I think I may have said this last week. I feel like Taurus is not one that is like, you are, I feel like your intuition is not really put on the map like that, because I feel you're a very sensual sign. You're being ruled by Venus, and it's when you're in that sense of presence with yourself. I feel that it's like, I almost feel like that it's even for someone you're sitting with yourself. It's taking, not thinking of your senses for as these separate things. It's like converging them all together to really help hone in that sixth sense as well, Taurus, because we have six senses, and I feel like with how acute yours is, that one is extra sharp. And so I feel like, when you really find yourself this sense of oneness within you, that there's some really profound things that can come your way. You can like really kind of question, maybe have we gone off our path possibly? Have the things that we've been doing really kind of resonating with us? Are the people that we're hanging off with, is something just not feeling right? There's something feeling like we're wanting more, in a sense. So I really feel like this can be one energy of you really just kind of going within, finding yourself. And I feel like even too, Taurus, yours is a sign of the environment and of nature. And I feel like, as it makes sense, I know for some the weather is kind of all over the place. I was just talking with someone who said that where I was raised, there was just like 33 inches of snow, and now it's just like all rain. So that's doing a lot. But I do even feel for some there is that even getting connected with nature again, like really connected with like Gaia. Wolf, I just see Taurus. I just saw you just sitting underneath this, just really getting grounded and just connecting with this nature, hearing the sounds, the tastes, the smells, oh, let's get some tarot on this, Taurus, and get some details with this. I am with it. I really feel like there's some sort of like really kind of profound sort of discovery here to be potentially happening there, Taurus. Oh. Alright, Taurus. Thank you, guys. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Alright, Taurus, so you have the Five of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and then the Ace of Swords here. Where do you want to start? And that's interesting, Taurus, because I feel with this Five of Cups here that maybe we've been a little disappointed maybe in where life has been taking you so far. Maybe we've been having these challenges, whether this be just kind of feeling with the Three of Cups, this can be like a card of kind of coming together with friends and things. Maybe we've been, I feel for some it's just like maybe we've had something in our group that may have gone maybe awry there. Just there's been sort of like some sort of separation there. Maybe this is, and maybe even for some, I just feel like there's like, it's like maybe where the groups that we used to hang out with, possibly, maybe they're not going in the direction that you're wanting to go there, Taurus. I feel like you're trying to go on a different trajectory here. And I feel that it's not necessarily that we may need to cut these people off, but maybe we need to put on some boundaries or be the change that you want them to experience as well. Like starting to follow in your own sense of self, like, and there may be some criticisms that come with that, with the Seven of Wands, maybe from them, maybe even we feel like, almost even feel that maybe there's almost this like ostracizing energy that might be kind of happening here for some. We may just be just kind of on this sort of like discovery, again, this discovery of self, like maybe your needs and wants, desires have changed there, and that frequency is no longer resonating with those around you. And now it's time, I feel like, to get out in this group and find that path there, find a new sort of stability and security in this. Because, you know, a lot of the personal planets where right now they are transiting through the Earth side, transiting through Capricorn. We do have the sun that is going through Aquarius right now, that's forming squares with your sign. You know, Pluto's getting ready to start going through, and granted, he's still at the early degrees. He's still going to be flirting with that for a little bit before he really gets settled in. But then eventually, we are going to be from all this kind of heavy Capricorn and the personal planets to a lot of heavy Aquarius energy, and that's going to be an interesting one for you. You know, finding the security in these potentially new sort of groups that we may be forming there, Taurus. But I feel that if you stick to, again, your this calling that may be coming from within it, because I am getting this kind of strong high priestess there, that's energy, that's something in your subconscious may be kind of planting this idea. It's just like, is this really kind of supporting my growth? And that's where your ruler is at right now. She's thinking about these types of energies. Like, Venus in Capricorn is that, you know, Capricorn's about the long haul, that big picture. And if the people, you know, you may have these sort of big dreams, and if the people aren't supporting that, it's just like, do you want to bring them along with you on this journey? Or again, do we need to put up some boundaries, or maybe we need to close some chapters here, possibly? Maybe a lot of, you know, and again, this could feel like maybe like a solitary, or yeah, solitary type of experience there. But I feel that when you make that space there, Taurus, it will fill up a lot faster, Eight of Wands, than you think you might be. Because Eight of Wands can be this messages, and maybe we're kind of sending out some messages to kind of find some different groups. Maybe we're going on, I think you could do that on Facebook, or what you can social media, Taurus. You know, you may be ahead of me with that, so you can teach me a thing or two. So, but I feel that one more thing with this, like, Seven of Wands here, I feel like you don't have to defend. You know, when you feel like something in you is changing, and maybe people are just like, well, Taurus, like, you've changed. Like, what is this about? Like, how can you blah 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 blah? You know, it's just like, you don't have to defend yourself. It's just like, this is something internally that's going on with me. You know, I wish that I could explain it myself, but just something inside me is calling for this. And either you're either supporting in my decisions, you know, to kind of follow this path, or, you know, we'll maybe talk again when the frequency makes sense. So, all right, Taurus, I dig that. Let's get another oracle on this. Thank you, guys. Oh, interesting, Taurus. All right, I wasn't. You see, the spirit wasn't kidding. So you have the Self card here, Taurus, and I like this because I feel like this is like, there's this staircase here to you finding your true calling. You know, this is like, I really feel like, so I'm gonna double down on that. This is really you. I feel like finding this sense of self coming together. One, I feel like it's like, it's almost reminding me of this, the card in this deck, the Dharma card, which is like living out your inner callings, your visions, your ideas, the inspirations of who you truly are. You know, maybe, and again, I feel like maybe for some we may have separated from this, maybe because we've tried to maybe fit in, or maybe people have criticized our path, or maybe, I'm getting even this energy of maybe even things didn't happen as fast as you wanted. So maybe we just sort of, you know, we were feeling this disappointment and just sort of gave up prematurely. But now we may even be kind of revisiting something here, Taurus. That can even be, that's an energy that's even kind of coming through here. But I do feel like this is really kind of, really, again, tuning into your body, tuning into this intuitive energy, that, because something I feel like is trying to get your attention, you know, really trying to make this connection. And now, And I love how you're going in order here. This magician energy, the first card here. It's like we're trying to, I'm getting like that in like your energy now, the Hierophant. It's like we're going through this initiatory process. You know, this like in, I feel like that this is like your higher self here is opening this door in a sense. And it's just like, are you ready to walk this path, Taurus? And I feel like it is saying that, I feel like it's also remembering too, Taurus, that this is not, I feel like you surrendering your free will or anything like that, because this is all the choice. You don't have to walk through that door, you know, but if you feel that it is, I feel like it seems to be worth to be curious about these messages that you may be getting, these downloads, Ace of Swords, and maybe this sense of clarity may be kind of coming through here, Taurus. But let's get some tarot with this and see what's going on with that. Thank you, guides. Alright, Taurus, let's see what's going on here. I think there's been a lot of Chariot energy going down here too, Taurus. Direction change. So, excuse me. So you have the Three of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, the Temperance card, and the Chariot here. And I do really feel that, Taurus. Like, I feel like there's like this course correction that's happening right now. There is this direction change. And I think a lot of that combination has been coming out. This is not the first time that this combination has come out. This Eight of Wands, Chariot energy. Something's moving, and I feel like it's moving fast. And I feel like maybe it's not necessarily, things aren't happening yet, but I feel like that something inside of you is feeling that there is a shift that is happening here, Taurus, and we may be at odds with that. You know, because the Temperance card is the Temperance card is like an opposition. It's these opposing energies that may be kind of putting you through this kind of tug of war type of energy here, Taurus. I just picture you kind of like a rope tied around you, and it's just like there could be this energy of sticking to ourselves, or for some it's like maybe we're worried about, again, what others may be thinking about us. Or I feel even with this Five of Swords, we may be even kind of to compare our paths to others. You know, maybe we're trying to, maybe we're trying to rush some things along here, Taurus, and trying to force something here, and when it's not coming together like we thought it was, or we're trying to copy someone, or because I feel like it's one thing to kind of emulate, but I do feel like that there is this thing where we need to find our own individuality in this. You are a unique expression of Source, Taurus, and never forget that. And even though we all come from Source, you know, we're all going through these unique experiences. But I feel this Three of Swords is that we may have been, again, maybe a little upset about the way that things have been going, or maybe we've been kind of asking these questions but we haven't quite gotten the guidance yet, and we're feeling that we're putting in maybe all this work here, and it's just like, what is this, what's happening, where's the results, where's the finish line to this? But I feel it's in those moments where we feel ready to give up and ready to just kind of throw in the towel there, Taurus, that something happens. You know, then we get that verification, that thing, that little nugget, or that little victory that keeps us going a little bit further there. And I feel that the Knight of Swords here is that tenacity in the face of looking towards the future. This is Aquarius energy for me. And you know, just even thinking about this Knight of Swords in the Rider White deck, there's the Knight of Swords is going up this hill, there's this wind that's blowing against him, and again, it can feel kind of challenging, but, you know, discovering of yourself, Taurus, is hard work. You know, and I feel that it's like in your day to day, you know, while we're waiting on these results to happen, it's just like, how are you filling up your time? What are some other ways that we can embody our true self? I'm even kind of feeling like this, just like feeling like some sort of creative energy. What kind of passions do you have there? Because the temperance card can even be this card of like alchemy, even. And I feel like it's just like, what are we creating in the meantime? Because it's like, patience isn't this just enduring something like this unbearable energy, is what we're doing while things are, while higher self, your guides, are cooking up stuff behind the scenes there, Taurus. And I do feel like it is, remember, there's this divine timing that is coming into play. And I know that can feel like a, sort of like a facile, just like facile argument, or just like a facile answer, just something to just like, oh yeah, it's all in divine timing, it's all this. But it is, Taurus. You know, I remember there was a period of time where I was feeling stuck somewhere, and I tell you what, I have a bunch of Leo on my chart, and I bet I cranked that up. I was trying to make this thing happen. I was trying to get any job that was going to take me. I was trying to get any place that was reasonable as far as like my place. I didn't have a car with me. You know, I was just like, I was like, I'm gonna have to get a bike. I was doing a lot, and I'm glad that that didn't work out, and it put me in a different experience where there were lessons to learn in there as well. And I had some work to do in there. Not even, I feel like, just for myself, but kind of showing up for others in a different type of way. And it did kind of teach me this level of compassion, but it got me the resources that I needed. Things started to fall into place nicely, that I feel that if I had kept trying to do what I was trying to do, it may not have, it may have actually slowed down where I was trying to get to. So hindsight is always 2020 there, Taurus. So I do feel like it is kind of remembering that as well, but and thinking about the bigger picture, Temperance card, Sagittarius energy. So, all right, Taurus, gonna leave that there. Let's get some tea, and let's get your last card. I love this little journey of self-discovery. That's always exciting, Taurus. Alright, Taurus. You guys. Ooh! Alright, Taurus. So, and I like this. This is the back of this card here. You have the devotion card here. And you know, I feel like there is this energy of staying devoted to this cause, to finding out who you are. You know, in going from this separation of self to this oneness. Because I feel like that's a very noble cause to stick to there, Taurus. And I feel like it's going to be very rewarding in the long run there. You're going to get, because the Chariot card, you know, it could be this card of victory. You know, we need to go on the course, of course. But you know, we do get to that, we, you know, end up getting to that finish line of whatever this chapter is that you're going through. But I feel like it is kind of asking yourself too, what have you been devoting yourself to up until now? You know, has this been resonating with who you are, what you feel like you want to be, what you feel your true calling is? And I feel with this temperance card again, I feel like there's these opposing forces. There's something that we're having troubles integrating right now. It's like maybe we haven't seen ourselves. So I'm just thinking, for example, yeah, I have a musical background, and I remember writing this album, and at the moment I really loved it. And you know, I'm kind of like, and I had these whole kind of plans, but it never quite came through. And I'm actually pretty glad that it didn't come through, because when I went to listen back to it, like not too long ago, maybe about six months ago or so, I really like listened to it. And the message that was behind it was just like working through a lot of hurt, you know, and a lot of pain, and just really kind of, it was really a journey of self discovery. You know, I had this whole persona built up about who I thought I was, and it's just like listening to it, I didn't resonate with any of that, and it's just like, at least not at this moment in time. And that's where I feel like maybe for some too, it's like we may be kind of in this state of where, that's why this Three of Swords, this Five of Cups energy may be coming through, because maybe something that we used to think was what we wanted or where we thought we were going to be going, we kind of shifted gears a little bit, but it was an interesting energy to kind of reflect on there. And but let's get your last tarot cards on this, Taurus. Get some details. Thank you, guys. All right, Taurus. Last little bit here. Been a lot of him going around here, Taurus, and I do feel. So you have the Page of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the King of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles here, Taurus. And let's switch back over, because I feel with the Page of Swords, a good chunk of signs have been getting this Page of Swords here, and I feel that there's this. I feel like there's this new way of thinking that's getting ready to happen. I feel like we're getting ready to learn a lot about yourself. It may feel like a lot of fresh ideas may be coming through, some maybe challenging ideas that may not, again, that maybe kind of push us to really kind of understand where we've been putting our energy, how we've been describing who we are. And that may be putting us in this place of anxiety here, Taurus, maybe even in the state of fear. Because what does that mean? You've put maybe so much stock into this Ten of Cups, this wish here, and now it can even get to this place of like, well, so what? This is all just was for naught. And of course not, Taurus. It was an experience that you needed, some tools that you needed in order to start something different with the Ace of Pentacles here. Really kind of hone, like plant a seed that is true to you. This is like, I feel like the universe was just like, it was, again, that hindsight is 2020 with the King of Swords. And I feel like it's these experiences up until now have been this, it's like the King of Swords is asking you, what have you learned from this? Is this really who you are? Is this really where we want to devote our energies to? Is this really where we want to, are we going to double down on what we've been doing? Or are we going to entertain the idea of maybe something fresh there? And I don't feel like you're necessarily, I like how there was another reader I was listening to, and then like shortly thereafter there was an ad that came on and it said the exact same message, or is the phrasing, and it's like, you're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience. And I like that, Taurus. And I feel like that's where a lot of Soul Tribe members are kind of at right now, because the Page of Swords is this curious energy, but I feel like it's not too. I feel like it's being mindful about, we're not just doing just like anywhere. It's because the Page of Swords always gives me Gemini vibes, and Gemini at a low expression can spread themselves too thin. They are great multitaskers, but it's just like, I feel like there's this potentiality of, if we're not mindful, we can become like almost like a master of not of jack of all trades but a master of none, in a sense. But it's not to say that you can't have different interests in things like this, Taurus, but I do feel like that there is something very focused that's coming through here with the King Sword, because this is Gemini energy for me too. Now we're at Gemini in the higher expression, being intentional with this knowledge that we've learned and applying it. Wisdom is knowledge in action, and I really like that. I heard another reader say that actually just today, and I really dug that. And because he was talking about the Page of Swords for Cancer. So like I'm saying this, it's even like even in just the collective energies, you know, something is, and I really feel that a part of that is coming through because I was listening to something, and I'm kind of feeling this too, you know, like what now that Pluto is in Aquarius. Again, Aquarius is about the future. It's that innovative thinking, it's that out of the box type of thinking, that shock to the system, that like that fresh innovative perspective that's meant to, in discovering your individuality, is going to better the collective. And now with all of these personal planets especially getting ready to form these conjunctions with Pluto, especially Mercury, we're going to be thinking in a whole different type of way because they haven't spoken in this language in a while. They haven't sang this song together since like the end of the 1700s when Pluto was in Aquarius. So now it's like, you know, it's like, what does that mean in this time? You know, where is that energy going? So I think I'm going to leave that there, Taurus. Something to think about. But if you like that, Taurus, if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this, Taurus. If you know someone who's been, because I don't feel, and I feel like it's being mindful too, you know, how we embody energies, because I feel like sometimes people can say like, I'm lost and I don't know what to do. And it's like, it's not that you're lost. You're on a journey. You're discovering yourself. You know, you're trying to find your path, you know, and I feel like that's more encouraging. It doesn't keep you stuck. It keeps you in motion. It keeps you reflective, keeps you thinking, keeps you curious, you know. So yeah, definitely share this, Taurus. And then subscribe there, you King of Swords, wise one. Hit that bell button to get notified on all these videos each week. And then yes, Taurus, just another reminder, again, you know, maybe that's something we can discuss over, you're looking over your natal chart there, and we can, you know, really get to learn yourself, because astrology is, and not to say that the astrology is the answer to everything, but I do feel like it does provide a nice tool, you know, get you in the flow of things. Because I tell you what, it's like as soon as I, like the way these energies have been lining up, like I just been really going with the flow of these transits and stuff, and things have been flowing very nicely, and I've been learning a lot about myself there, Taurus. And so, you know, I'm hoping I can help you out with that too, so if that's something that's been on your mind. But yeah, definitely all that information is in the description box, and it's all in the link on my bio on Instagram, and I will include how to, I just gotta take the initiative and put that in the box, so it'll be there, Taurus. And then last little bit, look at you getting the hottest ticket to come over to my other channel. Not that you need it, but if you have any Cancer in your placement there, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, we can find out. Venus, come on over to the Jared and Friends. And you know, Taurus, you know, just sidebar, our ruler, the moon, is exalted in your sign. She loves kicking it with your energy. And you know, Taurus energy is really dope. But I do tarot card spreads based off what sign she's in, what phase she's in. We discuss lunar shenanigans, and it's a great old time, Taurus. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Taurus. And you have the Knight of Cups here. And I was actually just thinking about, because I just did a video for Cancer and I was talking about the moon in Scorpio. And for me, the Knight of Cups is Scorpio energy. And I feel that there is this, again, something sort of like deep passion. I feel, because the Knight of Cups, he's so passionate and so loving. But I do feel like there is something that is trying to come up from the depths there, Taurus. And I do feel like this is really kind of asking yourself, is what you're doing, are you truly passionate about it? You know, does this really fill you up, or do you have that feeling of, you know how when you, sometimes when you're getting up for like a job you don't really care for, you're just like, oh, I gotta do this again. It's like, what life is that to live? You know, is that really how we want to go about the remainder of this journey? No, we want to get up feeling invigorated, like, all right, I'm about to do this today, we're going to do some growing, we're going to do some this, we're going to do some that, you know, get in this excited type of energy there, Taurus. But just something I feel like to kind of think about there. But let me get your other oracle card here so I can get you out of here, Taurus. Huh. Interesting, Taurus. I feel like you got this. I think you got this last week, too. Thank you, guides. So you got the Elves card here, which is the Playfulness card. And just like how I was doubling down on this, or how I feel like Spirit was doubling down on you finding yourself, I do feel like it's also, too, making sure that you're having fun while doing this, Taurus. You know, because it is exciting, I feel, when you are learning different parts of yourself. And you know, this is the 15th card, which is the Devil energy, Capricorn. But I don't necessarily feel this is like in that toxic trait. I really do feel it is more so this kind of Capricorn type of energy. And while depending on when you're watching this, while all the personal planets, again, Mercury, Mars, and Venus are all in Capricorn right now, I do feel like this is thinking about this bigger picture. Where do you plan on investing yourself? The things that you're investing with, do you enjoy them? You know, do they excite you? Do you bring, because again, it's like, of course, like Eight of Pentacles, there's going to be like, even what I'm doing, I love what I'm doing, but you know, I have to work at stuff. I got to do stuff on social media. I got to do this and that, you know, getting the cards together, doing all types of, doing the actual growth, you know, because how can I tell anybody anything if I'm not working on myself? You know, like there's work to be put into it. But I feel when you're doing stuff that brings you joy, and this may be a little cliche, but you never work a day in your life there, Taurus. It's just something that fills you up. You know, it gives you more energy to keep going. You know, I don't think I've ever gotten to this place where I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have to do another reading. If anything, I'm like, I need to do like one more, but it's like, there's like, could there be more time in the day, please? You know, so yeah, I like this, Taurus. I'm gonna leave that there. So you stay safe out there, Taurus. Finding yourself. Have fun doing this too. Enjoy the process, Taurus, because, you know, it's not just meant to be all just this whole serious type of things. You know, we're meant to enjoy this and enjoy the beauty that this world and the lessons and all the things that come there, Taurus. And you raise your vibration through the roof. Because again, and this we know this could be hard, but you know we're all going through this experience together. It just looks different than everyone, but on the base level, we're all trying to figure out who we are and what we're meant to bring to this world. So, and I will catch you, Taurus, on the next one. Later.